All right, so welcome back. Today in this video, we're going to be looking at the last section of our surveying review, and that is going to be leveling. Now, leveling is very important. If you're out surveying and you're trying to find the different heights of different things, you're trying to find elevations of your work or of soils or whatever, you need to be able to make sure that things are level, things are at the elevations that they need to be. And so when you're taking these readings, it's going to be either helpful for the people that are designing that want to know, what's currently out there, or for the people in construction that have kind of already set up the foundations, just making sure it is according to plan. So very important stuff. And so the things that I go over is very basic, but it's something that the NCEES is going to want you to know. So, all right, let's take a look at this. All right, so number one says, given the following leveling observations, BS, it's not what you think it is. This stands for back sight reading, is 1.2 meters. FS is 2 meters, and then FS is 3.5 meters, and then BS is 0.5 meters. Okay, calculate the rise. So the given information is we are given 4 readings. Let's change up the color. And we are trying to find the rise, right? Okay. So what formulas do we need? Well, you need some prior knowledge. Okay. And so I want you to imagine what I'm about to draw. So you are a surveyor, right? And you are out in the field. And you're taking a reading, right? All right, and the first reading that you take, so you have your tripod out, right? And you take a reading, and you're like, boop, 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 boop. And that reading scans elevation, right? All right. So this would be considered your foresight. What's in front of you. But you also have, say you've been taking a few readings, right? So you're just on a elevation. Okay. And take another reading. And this is a bad example. Hold on. All right. So let's say So then you take another reading. Say poop, poop, poop. Okay, this will be considered your backside reading. So one is in front of you looking ahead, and then one is looking behind, which is your backside reading, right? Typically they are different elevations, and so you can determine the change in elevation or the rise by getting those elevations. So you may have a backside reading of 1.2 meters. So let's say this one's at this one's equal to 1.2 meters, and this one's equal to 2 meters. So what would be the change in elevation or the rise? Well, you have 2. So we'll just say change in elevation 0.1, because that's essentially what it is. And so it'd be 2 meters minus 1.2 meters, which equals 0.8 meters, right? Okay. But they give us another point, right? You can't, for different readings, you have to have like a, or typically you have a front side and a back side, foresight and a back sight reading. So for our change in elevation for 0.2, you get, we have 3.5. So that's your foresight minus your back sight. 0.5, which equals 3 meters. Okay, so the total rise, change in elevation or rise, is equal to 0.8 meters plus 3 meters, which is equal to 3.8 meters, right? So 1.2. So we're going to get C for this. So 1.5. And then okay. All right, let's look at number 2. Number 2 says a leveling survey is conducted starting at a benchmark with a known elevation of 150 meters. The following observations are recorded. So you got a back sight, front sight, foresight of plus 2.15, another foresight -1 meters, and then another foresight of 3 meters. What is the final elevation of the last surveyed point? Well, we are given our back sight elevation and foresight elevations. And it's important to note that for the back sight, we're given the actual elevation. For the foresight points up ahead from where we started, right? That is given the change in our elevation. So from our initial back sight reading. So we're from here. Ooh, from here to here, we jump up plus 2.5 meters. From here to here, we go down 1.0 meters. And then from here to here, we jump up another 3.0 meters. But it's all depending on what this back sight reading is, which is 150 meters, right? All right, so find the final elevation, right? EL for elevation. Okay. So what are the formulas needed? Well, a little bit of prior knowledge. Necessary. If we know our first point and we can get all of our changes in elevation, we should be able to get the survey of the last point, which is the last foresight reading, right? So I'm gonna say final elevation EL is equal to, we have 150 meters, and then up ahead is we jump up 2.5 meters. Then up ahead of that point, we drop down by 1.0 meters. Then up ahead of that, we jump up 3. So our total, once we add all those together, we end up getting 154.5 meters. So that's our final elevation of the last surveyed point, which is A. All right, let's look at number 3. All right, which adjustment is made to ensure that the leveling instrument is level using the bubble? Not sure if you have ever used this before, but we're given a leveling instrument, and we're trying to find, what are we trying to find? We are trying to find the adjustment needed. To ensure that it is level. So do we need an index error correction? No. An index error correction would be like if you started off on the wrong foot, and then, or if your instrument is faulty just by a tad, then every point that you take after that is going to be faulty. But this doesn't include a bubble right now. It could be faulty for multiple different reasons. So no. Centering of bubble in the circular level, yes. Compensator adjustment, sounds like something to do with money, but I don't even know what that is. And then instrument collimation error correction, no. So answer is B. I don't know if you've seen one of these. I may have. Looky here. Looky here. So I actually record and do a few different things. So I'm going to show you what a bubble might look like. This is my tripod, and pretty much on the tripod, you have to make sure that it is level, because you don't want the video coming out crooked, because now you're not going to be able to watch it correctly. So I'm going to put it in the camera and see if you see the bubble. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Let's see if I can get it to. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so this is the bubble, and so if you don't, if you shake it around and move it and adjust it, the bubble will go to the center to let you know that it's perfectly even, either on the horizontal or vertical, however you're showing your camera. So very important tool, and I would just know that from recording, but also from a standpoint of when you're setting your tripod up for surveying, be very important. So our answer is B. All right, so this concludes our review for surveying. This is the last section. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I want to make sure that you're mastering this stuff. Surveying is not too bad. It's using some logic and having some prior knowledge, but all good stuff. So next section we'll be covering is water resources, and that is a pretty hefty section. So looking forward to it, and I'll see you in the next video.